I want to go up.
Look at the biceps on that dude.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's your name, dude?
Hancock.
Give me a bicep shot, bro. Look at that. That didn't come by accident, right?
Nah, I did this on purpose.
You had the right mindset. You had 100% commitment to that. What's your name?
Right. Hancock.
Hancock, it's good to know you, my brother.
Good. Hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about your journey, the end of your journey, right? You said that you was in Farrington.
I was. Yeah, I was in Farrington.
Yeah, I was there actually myself from 2009 to 2014.
You were at the FCI?
Yeah, I was in Farrington then.
So I was in Farrington in 1995, I think. Yeah, 95. I went there. Funny story. So you were in the feds.
Uh-huh.
I was at McKean. They used to call McKean the Dream McKean. And they had a riot there. And, you know, they shipped all the people they considered to have influence in the prison out. And I thought I was going to Lewisburg because I came from Atlanta. So I thought they were sending me to Lewisburg. I had a lot of friends there, but I didn't want to go back to the penitentiary. And when they told me I was going to Farrington, I felt like I was going home. Are you from the city?
Huh?
Are you from New York?
I grew up in Jersey, New Jersey.
Okay.
York.
All right. Well,
But,
good to talk to you, brother.
Yeah, but it was an officer when I was down there had killed himself down there in Farrington, and I was down there, right? And I was thinking to myself, like, wow, like what I'm going through and the struggles that I'm going through in this penitentiary, there's still people out there that's not as happy as I am inside here.
And that's something?
Yeah.
Hancock, let me ask you something right now. Okay? So you've been in jail how many times?
I've been to jail. Well, I was in state prison too. I went to Trenton State Prison and Rahway State Prison.
So you've been in Trenton Prison, Rahway Prison, and then you went into the federal prison system. So you've been in prison 3 times. Mm-hmm. And you're in jail right now. So how old are you?
I'm 40. I'll be 49 next month.
So you were the same age I was when I came in. Let me ask you a question. Are you in the first inning of your life or the 9th inning of your life? This is a baseball game. You're in the first inning or the 9th inning?
Well, how would you define that? How would I?
I would say if you've got the right mindset, Hancock, you know I'm in a tough spot, but I'm going to make it better. And this is how I'm going to make it better. And if you pursue that path with the right mindset, you're going to say, I'm going to start sowing some seeds for success. How does that look to you?
And you know, through like my struggles and everything that I'm going through, sir, it was like
I'm your brother, dude. I'm not your sir. The sir's the people that are wearing the keys, right? I'm your brother here.
All right, bro. From like other people like implementing me and things and whatnot, like I'm like a innocent party and things, but through my reputation, they figure, and that's what got me in here. It ain't the fact that I did anything wrong. It's just, you know.
All right, that's a very good point, Hancock. That's a good point. Have you been sentenced yet?
No, I'm trying not to get sentenced, man, because I'm innocent up in this thing. I'm just waiting to for my day in court, man. That's it.
So I'm gonna so you're going to trial.
I would.
So here's the thing, bro. Sometimes it's really hard because we got to live in the world as it exists and not as we want it to be. And as somebody who's been in prison and got out of prison, I know what it's like to be targeted just because of your past. I told you, I don't know if you were at my earlier classes, but I wrote about how I got sued by the federal government, not because I did anything, but because I was in a business deal with a guy I was in prison with. And so they sued me. And I had to just bite it and say, you know what? Take the money. I can go and build my life again. You got to make that kind of decision too, Hancock, because we're living in the world as it exists. How much are you facing?
Huh?
How much time are you facing?
Like 27.
27 months or 27 years?
Yes.
Oh, brother, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know the stress that you're going through.
No, but I'm actually at peace because I'm an innocent. They ain't have nothing. You know, it's just my background that's they holding me for. But no evidence like to prove that I did anything and whatnot.
Well,
But you said you spoke about Viktor Frankl's book, right? I'm actually reading that now, right?
so you're reading Viktor Frankl's book right now?
Yeah.
Which book? Which one? He wrote a lot of books. Which one are you reading?
The man search for meaning.
That is a great book. Have you read of Dr. Shlomo Shmuel as well? He's another one that writes about the concentration camps and the tragedy those people went through and how they developed the mindset to get through. Did you read him?
I ain't read him yet, but I'm on him since you spoke about him.
I'm going to send it a part of this course. So when you get the rest of this course, they're giving to you, you're going to see his course is part of this because he's going to tell you about how to overcome. But let me hear some more about Viktor Frankl from you.
Yeah, it was a guy, Viktor Frankl said it was a guy that was having a nightmare, like a dream, right? Like a nightmare. And so he said, I wanted to wake the poor man, but suddenly I drew my hand back, which I was ready to shake him. Frightened at the thing that I was about to do, at that moment, I became intensely conscious of the fact that no dream, no matter how horrible, could be as bad as the reality of the camp which surrounded us, and to which I was about to recall him. And that hurt. That I said, man, that's something serious. So who am I to, cry about this little struggle that I'm going through? And look what they've been through, man. He didn't even want to wake him out of a nightmare because the reality of the camp that he was in was more horrible than his dream could have been, man. That was serious.
Well, what they teach us, what both Dr. Shlomo Shmuel, Viktor Frankl, Jerry Lundergan in his book Hard Work and Goodwill, what they teach us, Hancock, is that we are all human beings and we are all in a struggle. All of us. All of us go through it. You and me, we go through struggles of long prison terms, okay? But the way we strengthen ourselves is by working hard and contributing to the lives of others. And if we can do that, right? I'm really passionate about going into as many jails and prisons as I can and taking what I've learned from these leaders into these jails and prisons and sharing them with guys like you, because I know that's what helped me. It was that same story of Viktor Frankl that helped me. Said, I got to create meaning in my life, even if I'm in here. Even if I'm serving 45 years, I got to find a way to do it. And it made all the difference, Hancock. And I God bless, I hope you get out of here. And, I hope that you help that jury and you help the judge understand that you got a good heart. You understand that. You grew up in struggle. And that is a part of your life. If it's okay with you, I want to take your story and show other people. If you allow me, I want to take even what we're talking about right here. So look at my brother Hancock, who got to prison 3 times. He can't get away from it. Even though he didn't do anything, he can't get away from it. We got to think about that. And I hope that you and I can build a friendship because I love guys like you, dude. And my heart's with you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
I appreciate that you reaching back and, to everybody like that in the struggle as well, man.
I've been doing that ever since I got out of prison. And I can tell you I'm super grateful to people that have helped me along the way. Like I told you, Dr. Shlomo Shmuel, he helped me. And so the only way I can pay it back is I want to take those messages into jails and prisons because that made the difference in my life. And I want to make the difference in Hancock's life and other people's life.
Hey, I wanted to know, could you send like more books that help motivate you like that too? I would like to, because we can order books as well. So I might order some books.
Well, if you look at Prison Professors, right, that's pretty simple. I have books there. But say the names because it's hard to say. Say Shlomo Shmuel.
Shlomo Shmuel.
I'm going to bring you Shlomo Shmuel's book. I'm sending it to you. How can you connect? Tell Mr. Johnson, I guess I got to send it to Mr. Johnson, and then he'll give it to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you.
Okay, that'd be great, man.
I'm going to say send it to Hancock.
Do that.
All right, brother.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
And see if there's anybody else that wants to come up. 7:10, 7:15. Anybody else in there? Come on in.
Yeah.
Hey, young man.
Hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I wish.
Your name again? Well, how old are you?
I'm 50.
50. That's a young man. I'm 56,
I know.
bro.
Exactly. I know.
Hey,
But yeah, my name's Brian.
I'm Brian.
I spoke with you briefly yesterday.
Yeah, we spoke
But,
about goals.
Yeah, about the goals. And I have a very clear picture of what I want to do, okay, when I get out. I talked about being a veteran and wanting to help veterans who have addiction issues or homelessness or PTSD, kind of as a different path than, like you said, the government, because the VA, let's face it, we have a lot of issues. This is another big social problem we have in this country that people tend to overlook with all the other things going on.
Right.
But I mean, there is 3 or 4 or 5, I think, veterans a day that kill themselves now.
I know.
Yeah, and for me, this is my first and only experience with incarceration, and it came specifically from addiction that I didn't even seek out. It was pain medication I got addicted to. So my wife is also very interested in this, and we've already started down a path looking at. There was a situation in Cincinnati where they were able to put together a program where they bought a bunch of small, what they call tiny homes. I don't know if you're very familiar with that. I know you're in real estate, but they, and set it up for like places for veterans to live that were homeless. But I would like to expand on that significantly to include like job training, building the homes themselves for other veterans, and then having things like alternative therapies. I met a guy here that teaches program classes that's really into mindfulness and meditation, and he's a 30-year Navy veteran, so he's interested in this also. We communicate.
So your name is Brian.
Brian, yes.
Brian, I'm gonna say a name. I want you to say it back to me so you can remember who I'm talking about. Jerry Lundergan. Say the name.
Jerry Lundergan?
Yeah.
Is that it? Sorry, I have a hard time hearing.
That's it. And the book is called, and you've heard me mention it before, Hard Work and Goodwill. What's the name of the book?
Hard Work and Goodwill.
Okay. Let me tell you about Hard Work and Goodwill and what you're learning in that book, right?
Okay.
You've got a mission of trying to, of something that is much bigger than you, right? You want to help other veterans. You want to help other people who are going through struggle, and that's going to require hard work, right? To build those relationships with people that can provide you the capital, with partners that will help you in the community, and you do that by following this concept of saying, this is to build something much bigger than me. I'm not doing this to get myself a nice home. I'm not doing this to drive a nice car. I'm doing this because the community needs that, right?
Absolutely.
So in Hard Work and Goodwill, you get those lessons. And I'm going to, that book I'm sending in there, and I'm going to send it to Mr. Johnson so that he can give it to Brian, and you can read it, and you can kind of follow that roadmap of how he did. This is a guy that was bankrupt, and then he went forward and built businesses that employ thousands of people. And during this pandemic, he was one of the guys that built hospitals, for those portable hospitals to help people with COVID, right?
Right.
So we need people like you, Brian, that want to solve society's problems. My objective through this course is to help you and help the others learn these concepts of hard work and goodwill, and saying, I'm going to develop the commitment. That's how I'm going to define success. And these are the clear goals that I'm going to hit. These are the goals that are going to show I've got the right mindset. And do you got the right mindset?
I do. I truly do. Yeah.
Tell me, I got the right mindset.
Got the right mindset.
Absolutely. Excellent. That's what it's all about, bro. It's not about looking at where you are right now.
No.
Because this is temporary. You are there temporarily. It's about where you're going to go. Who's that fella? So look, I thank you for engaging. I hope you engage with me every day and come with your questions, because I want to respond.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm putting together a list of some things I want to talk to you about.
Have you been sentenced yet?
No, I have not. And so I am waiting on that.
How long away is that?
Hopefully it should be within the next month, maybe month and a half at the most.
So be thinking about how these concepts that we're teaching in here, these concepts of saying, I've got a looking forward mentality, a never quit mentality. Think about that. How do I use that with values and goals that are going to relate to what I want to be when I come out?
Exactly.
Persuade the judge. If you're going to trial, the jury. Use your probation officer, the warden, your case manager, your future employer, your future business. Think about that, right?
Exactly.
Looking forward, never quit mentality. This didn't break me. It's not the jail system that defines who you are.
No.
It's your mindset.
Exactly. And I've had it 14 months in here, and once I got out of the addiction that I was into, the opiates, once I cleared that up here, I made a decision that I was going to start on a path of kind of like what you were talking about. I already had a college education, so I was lucky. I had used my GI Bill, and but there was a lot of things I didn't know about, like what you're talking about. And so, I've been lucky to come into contact with people like you already, several.
I'm just like you, bro. I'm like you. I'm a guy who was in jail for a very long time, and I'm only lucky because I learned from other leaders, and they helped me figure out what do I have to do to be successful.
I think a lot of it is if you put your mindset in this is what I want to do, and I'm going to work for this every day. I think things come to you. I do believe that in a sense. I mean, because my wife got in contact, of all things, with a guy that was involved with the Cincinnati program. He now lives where she lives here in North Carolina, and his granddaughter plays basketball with her daughter. And so he has literally given us like things to, this is how you can do it, and I will help you. Anyway, I'll talk to you more about it.
Thank you, brother.
We got to get the break.
We got 2 weeks together.
I know. I look forward. Thanks.
Me too.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, brother, what's your name?
My name's David.
Nice to meet you, David. I'm Michael.
I wanted to let you know how much I enjoyed your book. I read your book about a year ago. I
don't know which book. I wrote a lot of books, but I'm so glad it had some influence on you. So I hope
it was very inspiring. Earning Freedom.
Oh yeah, that's the story of the whole journey. So what's your journey going to be like?
Well, here's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm coming up on sentencing here soon.
Okay.
I've already been in for about 3 years, and the moment that I got arrested, I made a conscious decision.
So I don't. You're looking in a different direction. Do you have the camera there? Do we not? Oh, there. Look there, so I can see you.
The moment that I got arrested, I made a conscious decision to try to better myself, and so I've been working towards that for the past 3 years. I'm trying to write right now. I'm trying to write. I guess you would say a letter for the judge, or I want to be able to bring value to that, and I want to be able to show the court and be able to document, certain things that I've been able to accomplish since I've been in, and hopefully something that will help me at sentencing. And I keep going over it in my mind, and I'm not really sure how I should go about that.
I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that. So I'm going to ask a question about that specific subject. Well, you're going to hear me ask a question, and I'd love it if you came up and we could do this live so that everybody could see and look at me like this. I want to talk about how I would answer that question. Okay? And you could ask me, and I don't know, I don't have to ask you. Your name is David?
David.
I don't have to know about your crime. If you want to tell me about it, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you how you could pursue this by talking about, I like to use themes, and I'm a baseball guy, so I talk about 9 innings and these lessons I learned from an author of a book called 9 Innings by John Doyle, who spoke about, where are you at your stage in life? At any time you could decide that. Right now you could talk about what you just told me, that you've been in there for 3 years and you've made a decision. This is the first inning of my life. It's not the 9th inning. This is not what's going to define who I am, this orange jumpsuit, right? Well, it's how I responded to it.
I feel as if it's important as well to be able to show, to show remorse, and I'm definitely sorry.
It's completely important to talk about that. But let's talk about that in the whole class, because that's actually one of the next lessons that we're going to go over, is that before sentence. So is that okay with you?
Yeah, that would be great.
So
I just
come
want-
on up when I ask for it, okay?
Okay. I was
Because I'm
just
going to
hoping
ask
to
about
get a little
before
bit of insight
sentencing.
on that.
What's
Okay.
that?
I was just hoping to get a little bit of insight on that.
Well, so it's the time thing, right? I've only got till 10 o'clock.
Oh no, I
So
completely understand. But
So
that,
tomorrow, be one of the
that was-
first guys that come up.
Okay, great.
All right, brother?
Thank
All
you.
right. But I'm going to talk directly to that subject during this theme.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Mr. Santos,
Yes, sir.
how you doing this morning?
Get down. I can't see you, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question, but
Hold on. I can't see. I only see the mask. Look look there, but get down. So you're too tall.
okay.
What's your name, brother?
Hey, I'm Stewart, Johnny Stewart.
Are you the one sitting in the front?
Yes.
Thanks for coming up, Johnny.
Yeah. My goal is when I leave here to start my own painting business.
That's a good goal.
And what I want to do is, well, I got to follow up. When I wrote the Small Business Administration. They wrote me back. They told me upon my release to contact them for free training and counseling. But what I want to do is I want to help these young cats out on the street, man, standing on that corner and stuff, and teach them how to paint and stuff. You know how to do
That's a
things.
phenomenal goal. That's a
That's
phenomenal goal.
That's my dream there.
So, Johnny, I'm going to ask you to do something with me. So we're going to go back to the class right now, and I'm going to talk about two things. I'm going to talk about how do I do this before sentencing, and I'm going to talk about how do I do that after my release. And I want to have a dialogue with you that we record. So, because I'm going to give you very specific things on how I would respond to that, what I would do to get ready for that goal that's very specific for you. Can we do that together?
Okay.
Johnny, thank you, brother, for coming up.
Thank you.
God bless you.